The heart of Nunswick Abbey. Anna Walker loved her work. As a historical tour guide in the idyllic village of Nunswick, she found solace in the winding paths and ancient stones of the nearby Abbey ruins. Her life had a quiet rhythm to it, each day filled with stories of medieval monks, fabled treasure, and tales of the long-gone royal occupants of the Abbey. Yet beneath this calm exterior, Anna was struggling. Balancing her father's care while maintaining her demanding job at the Abbey was beginning to wear on her. Her father's health was worsening, and despite her best efforts, it was becoming clear that managing his care on her own was no longer feasible. One misty morning, Anna's routine took an unexpected turn. At the local medical center, she met Dr. Catherine Atkinson, a recent arrival to the village and the replacement physician for her father's aging doctor. Dr. Atkinson was efficient, sharp, and Anna had to admit, distractingly attractive in a no-nonsense tweed jacket and silk scarf sort of way. Catherine's direct manner was intimidating, yet it had a strange allure. But what Anna found most frustrating was Dr. Atkinson's suggestion that her father might need more care than Anna could provide alone. "He's only just started needing more help," Anna protested. "I can manage." "Anna," Dr. Atkinson replied, her voice softening as she glanced at Anna's worn expression. "I've been in this situation with other patients. Providing full-time care is an exhausting job, even for the most devoted families. There's no shame in seeking help. It would be better for both you and your father." But the thought of handing her father over to someone else felt impossible. She wanted to prove to the world, and perhaps to herself, that she could manage everything on her own. Yet Catherine's calm, clear-eyed confidence was difficult to ignore, and Anna felt a quiet frustration building within her, not only at the doctor's words but also at her own growing attraction to this composed, clever woman. As the days passed, Anna's encounters with Dr. Atkinson grew increasingly frequent, each interaction filled with a mix of tension and undeniable connection. On one particular afternoon, she was late for her tour and ran into Dr. Atkinson by the Nunswick village green. Catherine's piercing gaze met Anna's, and Anna felt her usual composure begin to falter. "You look tired, Anna," Catherine said, not unkindly. "I've seen it before, this weariness in the eyes of every caretaker who refuses to accept help." "I can do this," Anna replied, her tone defensive, though her resolve was starting to crack. "I just need to." "Do everything yourself," Catherine finished for her, a slight, knowing smile curving her lips. "I know. But listen, no one should have to do everything alone. You don't have to prove anything to me, or to anyone else." Catherine's words settled over Anna like the quiet of the Abbey ruins after a rainstorm. In that moment, Anna noticed a look in Catherine's eyes, something more vulnerable than her usual steely resolve. Intrigued, Anna allowed herself to soften, if only slightly. "Catherine," Anna began carefully, have you always been so resolute about things? Like taking care of people?" A flicker of sadness crossed Catherine's face, as though she was peering into a distant memory. After a moment she sighed. "I lost someone close to me once. Someone I thought I could care for by myself. I was too proud to accept help, and I've regretted it ever since." The honesty in Catherine's voice stirred something in Anna. She could see how much it cost Catherine to admit such a personal story, and Anna's heart softened even further. In her own struggle to care for her father, she saw reflections of Catherine's past pain, and in Catherine's words, she felt a strange comfort. As autumn gave way to winter, Anna's father's health declined, and the inevitable became clearer. She couldn't provide everything he needed. She approached Catherine with her decision, her heart pounding as she shared her vulnerability with the woman who had seen through her defenses from the start. "I've decided," Anna said one cold afternoon, her hands clasped tightly, to arrange for additional help. I just wanted you to know. Catherine's face softened, her smile gentle. I think you've made the right choice, Anna. And I'm proud of you. It takes courage to reach out. The following weeks passed in a blur. With help, Anna's father was more comfortable, and though it was still painful, the weight on Anna's shoulders began to lessen. She found herself visiting the Abbey in the evenings, enjoying the solitude of the ruins. Often, she would cross paths with Catherine, who had also taken to walking along the Abbey's pathways after her shifts. One evening, as the first snowfall dusted the stones of Nunswick Abbey, Anna and Catherine found themselves alone in the ruins. They stood in silence for a moment, taking in the peaceful scene, each feeling an unspoken understanding growing between them. Catherine reached out and gently took Anna's hand, their fingers entwining in the winter chill. "Thank you," Anna whispered, her voice almost lost in the quiet. "For everything." Catherine turned to her, a smile playing at her lips. "You're not alone, Anna. Not anymore." With the village settled under a blanket of snow and the ancient Abbey standing as a quiet witness, Anna knew that her life was changing, not just because of her father's care, but because she had found someone she hadn't realized she was searching for all along. As winter stretched on in Nunswick, Anna and Catherine's quiet companionship deepened. The village, dusted with a gentle frost, seemed enchanted as Christmas approached, its cottages glowing with festive lights and wreaths of holly hung on the doors. Each day, as Anna walked to the Abbey for her tours, she would often see Catherine making her way to the clinic, sometimes with an armful of files or gifts left by grateful patients. Their eyes would meet across the cobbled street, sharing a small, knowing smile that warmed Anna's heart, even on the coldest mornings. One December afternoon, as Anna finished her final tour of the day, she spotted Catherine waiting by the Abbey entrance. Catherine's cheeks were flushed from the brisk wind, her coat wrapped snugly around her, and she held a thermos in her gloved hands. Anna felt a flutter in her chest. "Thought you might need something to warm you up," Catherine said, her breath visible in the chilly air as she held out the thermos. "Mulled cider. Hope you like it." "Thank you," Anna replied, her hands brushing against Catherine's as she took the warm flask. She felt a sudden shyness but held Catherine's gaze. "I was just thinking about taking a walk around the grounds. Would you like to join me?" Catherine's smile deepened. "I'd like that very much." They strolled through the Abbey ruins, the air filled with the scent of pine and faintly spiced cider. Snow crunched beneath their boots, and for a moment, they paused to take in the serene beauty of the old stone walls and the Abbey's cloister, dusted white under a layer of snow. The Abbey seemed timeless, as if holding its breath just for them. "I used to come here a lot as a girl," Anna said quietly, her voice filled with nostalgia. "It was like stepping into another world, one without worries or responsibilities. It still feels that way sometimes." Catherine glanced at Anna, her expression softened by the falling dusk. "I can see why you love it here. There's something peaceful about these old stones. A reminder that everything, even heartache, is temporary." Anna met Catherine's eyes, feeling an unspoken understanding between them, an intimacy that transcended words. Without thinking, she reached out, her hand resting lightly on Catherine's arm. "Thank you for everything you've done. I didn't realize how much I needed someone like you in my life." Catherine's hand covered Anna's, her gaze intense yet tender. "You're stronger than you know, Anna. But even the strongest among us need someone to lean on." The moment stretched between them, and as if by instinct, they leaned into each other, their foreheads touching softly. Snowflakes caught in Catherine's hair, glinting like tiny stars, and Anna felt a surge of warmth that dispelled the winter chill. Her heart raced, and she felt as though the ancient stones around them were bearing witness to a quiet promise, shared in the stillness of the Abbey grounds. When they finally pulled apart, Catherine's hand lingered on Anna's for a moment longer, her voice barely a whisper. "Will you come to the village's Christmas Eve service with me?" Anna's heart swelled. "I'd love that." The days leading up to Christmas passed in a whirlwind. Anna's father, who had begun to notice the spring in her step, gently teased her one evening. "So, are you going to introduce me to this doctor who's got you grinning like a schoolgirl?" Anna blushed but nodded, deciding she would. And on Christmas Eve, as the village gathered for the evening service at the small stone chapel, she introduced Catherine to her father. He shook Catherine's hand with a knowing smile, the gleam in his eyes indicating his approval. Inside the chapel, Anna and Catherine sat side by side, their shoulders brushing as the village choir filled the air with carols. Surrounded by flickering candles, fragrant evergreens, and the warmth of a community united in celebration, Anna felt a sense of peace and belonging she hadn't known in years. As the service ended and villagers milled about, exchanging holiday greetings, Catherine pulled Anna aside. Outside, snowflakes drifted lazily from the sky, settling in the dark curls of Anna's hair. Catherine gently brushed a snowflake from her cheek, her touch lingering. "Merry Christmas, Anna," she murmured, her voice soft with emotion. "Merry Christmas, Catherine," Anna replied, her own voice trembling slightly. Under the soft glow of the chapel lights, Catherine leaned in, and their lips met in a gentle kiss, tender and filled with the promise of more shared moments, more walks through the Abbey, and perhaps a life where neither would face their struggles alone. As they parted, Catherine squeezed Anna's hand. "I think I've finally found my home here," she whispered. Anna's heart brimmed with joy as she whispered back, "So have I."